The GWS Giants will not be playing finals in 2026.
Get out of my way. It's my lane.
Just really wind
you
you up,
should know
yeah.
better.
He's ready to grab jumpers and swing heads at people.
I'm actually annoyed. Nah, I'm steaming.
I can tell. Sign this man on a 10-year contract. Yeah.
The stars of the game gets booed.
Expeditiously sign him on a 10-year contract.
10 years.
The Messiah.
And your boy, Benjamin Button.
They don't. Besides the fact that they treat the first half of every game like it's a warm-up. Hello,
But
everybody, and welcome back to the channel for another week of Between the Sticks content. Round 20 is done and dusted. We're finished with it. We have a month of football left.
I know.
A month of the home and away season left. How are we feeling?
Nervous. Very nervous. You can see wearing the blue scarf. It's very nervous.
Playing past this month. Why are you worried about?
I think top 10's on the cards. We'll get to that. Before we get started, you got up to something very interesting today. What happened?
We had a bit of like a careers day thing in the community today where we kind of gathered a bunch of professionals in different fields of work, everything from like medicine to business to law. To health, all of that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
Bunch of mentors, and we kind of just opened a bit of a workshop for younger kids that are finishing high school, people that are kind of heading towards university or post school, their post school life, and just kind of gave them a platform and a space.
Give us a piece of advice that you handed out today, or one you haven't handed out today.
This was actually something that a old school personal development teacher told me. They said, whatever career you go into, either do something that you're very good at or something that you really enjoy and you never feel like you're working a day in your life.
We'll take
that. Kids out there, all the young people that are about to start their lives.
It's good
probably
advice.
A piece of advice. Hey, listen, I followed it and
that's
things turned out to be
really good advice.
But yeah, that's what I got up to today. I think you had a bit of a eventful weekend as well.
Yes, family day with some relatives.
Yep.
And there was this thing, the nieces and nephews. I gave that many piggybacks. By the end of it, I woke up.
Shoulders done, yeah.
Shoulders done, back done, knees done.
That's it.
I was wrestling with kids and believe it or not, I nearly lost a few times.
Damn, these kids are strong nowadays.
They're tough. And they're smart. I'll tell you that. Just put it out there.
I will tell you one thing that I learned today. They're very smart about how to make money and how to not work very hard for it. That was one of the key questions we'll get asked. How much money can you make and how much work do I have to do to make that money? I say, God damn, bro. We were told to work our asses off to make our money. These kids are just trying to have fun with it.
Hard work ain't it for them.
I mean, look, I don't blame them, to be honest.
It's great way to
if hard work wasn't an equation in life, no one would be able to do it.
100%.
Let's talk some footy now.
Yes. Let's talk footy. We brought up Carlton. They played Gold Coast on the weekend.
Yes.
I want to talk about the big moment that came out of this game. Yes. Leo Lombard v. Christian Petracca.
One of the young kids having a chat to their older teammates.
Bull, yes.
Yep. Talk to me.
Everyone's seen the footage. You've seen the footage. For those that haven't watched it, Lombard ran in the path of Petracca. They ran for the same ball.
Yep.
Tackled, holding the ball.
Yep.
Petracca, choice words to Leo Lombard. Lombard, I can swear on this show, told him to fuck off. And it was...
The funny thing is we didn't actually see what Petracca said.
Yes.
But we sure as hell saw what he said.
Now, I've got some strong opinions on this. I've got some strong opinions.
What are your thoughts?
There's a lot of people out there that sort of said, Petracca's a senior player. He shouldn't have done what he did. And he copped a lot. Petracca copped a lot of heat for this.
Yeah, he did.
Now, Davis Jarrah, for anyone who's seen it, watch his social media, watch his content. Social media. Fantastic. And he did a clip where he highlighted how the Gold Coast, they've run this play multiple times throughout the year.
Yeah.
And it's always Petracca. It was Petracca's ball.
Okay.
It was Petracca's ball.
Yep.
Lombard had no business being there, right?
Yeah.
So
stay in your lane, buddy.
Stay in your lane. I have no problem with an older player, a veteran,
addressing a kid,
a star footballer, addressing a kid in the heat of a moment and giving him some choice words.
Yep.
Honestly, play on. It's a professional environment. You're playing footy.
Yep.
Like it's
interesting takes
like
on this
it's
for you.
fine.
Go on.
Let him have a crack at him. And you know what? Get out of his way.
Is it just
from
a Petracca point of view, or do you think it's the younger generation of kids feeling some sort of way when they get told off for something or get criticized for something?
I don't know. But I get Lombard being upset. I don't like the hate Petracca copped on social media and across general media here. It's not fair. He's just giving feedback to one of his young players.
Yeah.
Get out of my way. It's my lane.
Really
you should know better. I'm actually annoyed. I'm
I can tell.
Petracca copped way too much. I'm scrolling down comments and I'm just seeing Petracca.
Do you think this would be any different if it wasn't Petracca? Or is it the fact that it's Petracca?
I think there is an element of it's Petracca coming. Element of Petracca.
Here's my thing with that, yeah. I agree with the part where you said Petracca should be able to give it to him. But I also think if the kid, maybe Lombard, did not understand what he did wrong, maybe, I feel like also just having a go at him and leaving it at that might not make sense to him because he might make the same mistake again in the future. I think even Petracca had every right to have a go at him. I don't have a problem with that. I think also after that, Petracca should have grabbed him and be like, hey, listen, I didn't mean to go off at you like that, but you need to understand X, Y, Z. I feel like when you go off at these kids or the younger generation nowadays and they don't reciprocate it well.
It doesn't work.
It low-key turns into like, hey, you think you're going to tell me what to... I'm not putting these words into Lombard's mouth, but I don't think Lombard cares you're Christian Petracca.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, it's like, brother, we're both playing on the same team. Like, you weigh more than me type shit, you know?
I get that.
And I get a young kid feeling that. Again, when I was 19, I was invincible too.
No,
you know?
fair enough.
I get that. But I think what Petracca did isn't necessarily wrong. I think maybe he should have... And look, maybe behind closed doors, they did address it after
100%.
But generally, the public is just going to take what they see and go off of that. And people coming for Christian Petracca after that is stupid.
It's stupid. Like it's footy, man. It is 120 minutes of gladiators going at it.
Yeah.
So two players on the same team are having choice words. Luke Hodges does it 100 times. He used to do it 100 times a game at Hawthorn to his own teammates.
I agree.
David King used to do it when he was at North. And now Jack Revo used to do it when he was at Richmond. And now they're all sitting. Sicily, they all do it.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
you're giving some feedback to a teammate. Don't turn around and say, oh, you shouldn't have done that.
I think it was just... I think people just... Like normally, people were just too dramatic about it. People just took it too far. Like normal. Yes, Petracca went off for the right reasons. Maybe his delivery in the heat of that moment. We're on a football field. So like you said, it's not, with all due respect, it's not ballet. Like we're not here to
it's not ballet,
it. So yeah, Petracca went off at him. I don't think there's a problem Petracca going off at him. It's just maybe after that, hey, buddy, like I get what you're trying to do, but like this play 99% of the time, it's allow it.
Yeah.
That way you create a teaching moment for the kid. He understands it and he absorbs it. That way in the future, if he's in that situation, hey, he probably won't go for that ball again. And if he doesn't go for that ball and someone has a go at him, he'd be like, hey, listen, I did this before and I was told X, Y, Z. Hey, I'm staying in my lane this time.
Facts.
So I think sometimes it's just people being able to, I guess, not just blow things out of proportion, which is 99% of the time what happens.
We need to do it. It creates clicks.
Mind you,
I get it.
It's not that this Gold Coast team is going well at the moment.
They're
having enough flipping problems at the moment.
Yeah.
So this was just another layer of shit on another weekend where they've lost, 9 straight now?
9 straight. So their season's over. Carlton into their season. Up the baggers. We won. We survive another week. Yeah. Shout out Tyler Byrne, kicked 3 and had 12 score involvements.
Yeah.
Jagger Smith will sew up the rising star. Up the baggers.
Is that Jagger Smith now? Can we lock it in?
I think it's almost done. I think maybe Dersma and Harry Dean, maybe, but give it to Jagger Smith.
Yeah, fair enough. But going from one shitty situation that took place on the weekend to another.
Where are you going?
Adelaide Oval, Thursday night.
Yes.
Adelaide versus Collingwood.
You got a lot to say.
It's not that much. It's not so much that I have a lot to say. It's so much that I think, again, people are just blowing shit out of proportion.
Ooh.
Isaac Quaynor, obviously, went back to the Adelaide Oval for the first time since the qualifying final from last year.
Yeah.
Brother was, every time he got within 5 kilometers of that ball, he was getting booed by the Adelaide fans. Now, I'm not going to go too much into this. The media, social media, old man media, everybody has had a hell of a lot to say about it. Do you think the booing was an issue to the point where it became the headline of that day or that night?
It's a shame that bullying became a bigger story than what was a great game. It was a great game for Collingwood. They went on the road. They won. It was fantastic. I'm wearing a Carlton jumper saying this. But I will say, look, if they were booing him for any poor reason, whether it's homophobia or for what he did or what was said or whatever, I don't advocate for that. Not a fan, right? Yep. Don't stand for that in any way, shape, or form. He
didn't do anything to begin with.
He hasn't done it. He didn't do anything wrong.
He's actually never done anything wrong in this situation.
And that's often gets overlooked. The guy did nothing wrong, right?
Crazy world we live in, huh?
He's just getting booed. I will say, fans should go to the game and cheer and boo, enjoy the football how they wish, provided they don't cross lines. When I sit in the stands, I hate it when someone says some racist, sexist, homophobic stuff. Yeah. But if a bloke is cheering and booing, like I boo Nick Dacos every time he touches the ball.
Because he's absolutely ripping
play on. Cripper gets booed. Yeah. The stars of the game gets booed.
And I get that. Fine, yeah. Like, well, if a forward's taking a shot on goal and you're just trying to put him off his game,
that's fine.
I understand that. But I think that was not the context in which this was happening.
Yeah, and that I won't support. That I won't stand for.
But I agree with you.
I don't want fans to be told how they can enjoy football.
But I also think you cannot, and this is something that I think the media needs to understand. Everybody needs to understand. You cannot control what the person that buys a ticket and comes to a footy does. You can't. Now, obviously, if they do something that crosses the line, security will handle that and get them out of there, as they do at Adelaide Oval.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like, unless you're like doing something to a player on the field or you're causing something that's actual security issue, you cannot control it. People can almost say whatever they want, do whatever they want, which is not right, but you also can't control it. How are you going to put a clamp on 50,000 people?
If a fan is in the stands and yelling some homophobic, some racist, some sexist stuff,
you can report them.
And look, I will applaud security walking them out.
110%.
Like,
we're all for that.
All for that.
Yeah. Like you said, it probably overshadowed a great game. That took place on Thursday night. Adelaide, look here, I must have started to ask questions about them, and I'm going to talk about them in a bit during your favourite segment.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that was probably the biggest story that came out of it. Shout out to our boy Isaac Quaynor.
Yes, we've got there's
a bobblehead.
Bobblehead here, yeah, get it out.
Let's you know what? I should have put this right here from the beginning of the conversation.
We can leave it there.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the stars for the Pies. And speaking of the Pies, we're going to go into your favourite segment.
Top team, flop team of the week. Boom, boom, boom. Take us away.
My top team of the week, and I'm so happy to be saying this, but Isaac Quaynor and the Collingwood Magpies are my top team of the week.
Let's go.
I've been waiting a long time to say this, and I've been waiting a long time to talk about Collingwood as the top team. I think it was probably the most impressive win of the weekend.
Yeah,
let's be honest. I agree. I think just about all the other results from the weekend went the way we would have expected them to go, maybe besides that Geelong-Melbourne game. But this one, Collingwood going down to Adelaide, backs against the wall like usual. That is what now? I think it's since 2016, if I'm not mistaken, Adelaide have won 4 games against Collingwood. Since 2016.
Dominance.
Yeah. But there's one guy I want to talk about from the game. Edward Allan.
Okay.
Sign this man on a 10-year contract immediately. Expeditiously sign him on a 10-year contract.
10 years.
Brother, I think he is probably going to be, obviously Nick Dacos plays for Collingwood, but next to Nick Dacos is probably going to be the next big star for Collingwood.
Okay.
Now, they've invested a lot of time and effort into this guy.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he was pick 19 in the 22 draft, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, first round pick. It's taken some time for him to develop to get to where he's gotten to. But the first half or the first 2/3 of the season and the way he's been playing, the responsibility he gets given on a weekly basis to play on almost the best
players.
Shuts
down every star.
Keziah Pickett, Jordan Dawson on the weekend.
He played on Cripps last
even though
week,
Cripps had a field day that day. The problem also for other teams now is it's not just that he's playing well to shut their player down. He's also impacting the game himself. He had, 17 and kick two important goals.
Yes, I was going to say they were big goals, yeah.
Whereas Dawson probably had a very impactful first quarter and a half, and he was nowhere to be found. Even disposals he got after that were very rushed bomb kicks. So I think for all the Collingwood don't have youngsters and all that bullshit that people have been rambling on about, Edward Allan, you are the star, bro. Like, I don't have anything else to say, but I cannot wait to see this guy run around the black and white for years to come. Do you think our defense, and I'll answer this question after this as well, do you think our defense is better without Darcy Moore?
At the moment, it is. I think Darcy Moore will slide in and make your defense a lot better, though. So the short answer, no.
No,
I think Darcy Moore, when he's not defending or playing on someone,
very good.
Be very, very good. So he plays as the third man, the interceptor,
the
Tom Stewart type role. Fantastic. Players like Puncher, Frampton, even Howe at his age is still capable of shutting down. Like, because Tex Walker kicked 3 on Puncher in the first. They moved Howe to him.
He didn't touch the ball.
Didn't touch the ball. They sent Howe forward to kick the goal, went back on Tex. Tex had no impact. So, short answer, I think with Moore back in the side, as a third man, he'll be. And I think you've got McInnes in the coming back from an ACL. He can play that shutdown role.
Probably if hopefully
if Howell this doesn't go on. So that's where I stand with it.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Honestly, that's
good take.
Great analysis.
I'm knowing too much about Collingwood. I don't like this.
too much time around me. That's what it is.
Too much Collingwood.
But outside of that, I just think the work or the Craig McRae has been able to do with the team that he has this year. And where Collingwood are at right now, like realistically, Collingwood probably need to win 2 more games to completely.
He's the coach of the year for me, Craig McRae.
A lot of people are saying that,
and coach of the year.
And 6 weeks ago, if you asked me that question, I would be like, I don't know. Like the way this team is going, I think we were sitting 13th or 14th. 6 weeks ago, but now that's 6 in a row.
Now you're looking at top 6.
We have a month left. Yes, the next month is going to look. Oh my God! But in saying all of that, I think just generally, Collingwood's ability to adapt, or Craig McRae's ability to change the team and adapt and improvise on things, and just the way we've been able to change our game plan to suit the team and the players that we have.
Spot on.
Has been amazing.
Just quickly on Collingwood.
Yeah.
The fact that he sent Jeremy Howe forward, killed momentum, and you kicked a couple of goals, and then in the second half, you turned your game plan, you played a more handball game.
Yep.
Is a sign of a good coach. He's got a plan B.
And that's exactly what David King said on the weekend.
In-game changes.
Yep.
Love that about him.
Yeah. And even looking at Adelaide that second half, they kicked 4 goals in that second half. They kicked 7 goals in the first half.
Yeah.
And then that was cut in half. And those goals came sporadically across the second half, which Collingwood's defense, and I've been saying this for weeks now, is holding up more than anybody has imagined or more than anybody has expected. So, brother, I'm just happy to say Collingwood is the top team of the week. Your top team of the week.
My top team of the week is a team that is absolutely dominating teams at the moment. They are tearing teams to shreds, and it is Hawthorn.
Yep.
They are having fun with teams at the moment.
Yep.
And since I think their loss in maybe Tasmania
to Melbourne, Yep.
They have just gone boom, 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 and we said maybe they're on fraud watch, maybe they could be on fraud watch.
Yeah,
we were like, we'll keep an eye on them. You know what? They've absolutely shown us wrong.
I will say one thing about Hawthorn.
What?
They have beaten Richmond, Essendon,
and Carlton. I think
Carlton. And I'm just trying to see before even that.
And
since that Melbourne game,
it wasn't the fact that they beat them.
It's the way,
they destroyed them.
Yeah,
they destroyed Carlton in the wet.
Yeah,
they destroyed Richmond, and they absolutely tore Essendon to shreds.
37 goal shots to
10 minutes
14.
into the second half, it was 13 points. At halftime, or by the end of the third quarter, game over, 62-14 or something ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember it was a very close game, 93-point win.
And they just went.
And had they kicked straight, it probably would have been worse.
And your boy, Benjamin Button.
Jack Gunston.
Your boy,
Jack
7
Gunston.
goals, 2. It felt like watching a traditional full forward, marking balls on the lead, up in the air.
Just you know what they came? A couple of days after he re-signed for another year.
Oh, I'm so happy for him.
So
happy for him.
Look, I don't know how true these rumors are. Collingwood, please do something about this because we don't need this. But Ben King he's
moving
almost. Let's just say scheduled to head to Hawthorn as a free agent. Jack Gunston, Mitch Lewis,
who
Ben
just
King,
re-signed,
Marbio Chol, Jack Ginnivan, Nick Watson,
and Kyle Shadir,
who's in the 2s, and you can throw Dylan Moore, Blake Hardwick when they throw whoever. That forward line of those 6 guys alone, I don't know what defense is going to hold up against that.
You can't.
But
and Nick Watson's the best small forward in the game. I think he's in the top 3 or top 4 for the Coleman medal as well. Nick Watson.
He would be.
And he could be one of the first. Yeah, small forward.
And I think it's like 40 years or something to win a
since the Coleman medal.
Yeah. And the second small forward ever.
Yeah, he's a genuine chance. He's the best small forward in the competition. He's probably a top 5 player in the competition as well. Nick Watson.
Yeah.
So he dominated. The only other thing I'll say about Essendon, poor Essendon. They are in the mud. They had their win last week and then back down to reality.
Can I ask you 3 questions about Essendon?
Let's do it.
And I was holding this out. So, first question: do they need a non-Essendon player to take over as coach?
No, they need an Essendon.
Non-Essendon person, sorry.
They need James Hird.
So they definitely need James
Hird. I
am
100% team James Hird.
Okay, and you've answered my second question in that. I was going to ask you who should take the job.
James Hird. That's it. Yeah. I've been behind the James. And look, one of our boys, Zach, who's come on this channel before.
Yep.
He's convinced me of James Hird 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And look, he's sold it to me. I'm all on board. I think James Hird is their man. Go get him. Build out a quality assistance around him.
Yeah.
And rebuild this club. But I will say, rebuild coaches don't survive. So
yeah,
I'll put that out there.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think Essendon's team needs to be rebuilt now. It's almost rebuilt. They just need to develop them into better players, better game plan, better whatever the hell it is they're going to need to do.
That's hurt fire.
And yeah, that makes it your top team of the week.
And who is your flop team?
My flop team of the week are the GWS Giants. I'm going to start off with a quote you made right here on this show a couple weeks ago. The GWS Giants will not be playing finals in 2026.
I did say that.
And I quote Nabil.
Yeah.
I
appreciate that.
I'm 1000% certain now that these guys are not playing finals.
They're done.
After the rubbish shit show that they put on the weekend. Sydney Derby, you would think this is the one game a team would show up for.
100%.
Same way when, let's say, Collingwood and Carlton play, you expect both teams to show up.
Yeah.
You would think GWS would show up this game.
Yeah.
After they lost to Essendon.
Yeah.
Right? And they put up the biggest bloat of shit I have seen in the first half of that game.
They did.
And not only until the game was done and dead did they start kicking goals.
Yeah.
And I think for a team with the amount of star power they have, and at this point, I'm so sorry, but I'm not taking excuses of injuries anymore.
I was going to say that.
Fuck off with your injuries.
Yeah.
We're done with the point of saying injuries is an issue.
Yeah.
Injuries are no longer an issue because 4 goals in one half tells me there's a lack of effort.
Yeah.
There's a lack of trying.
Yeah.
There's a lack of being connected to one another.
Spot on.
And there's a lack of chemistry going on in that team.
Spot on.
With whatever personnel they have.
Spot on.
So I don't understand how a team that's supposedly a premiership contending list is delivering shit like this on a weekly basis. We have now seen them lose to the team at the bottom of the table, and we've now seen them lose to a team that's in the top 2 in the competition. So you're just telling me, hey, we don't care about showing up and playing football.
Can I ask you a question about the Giants?
Talk to me.
Adam Kingsley, this is his 4th, 5th year maybe now. He's been in the job for a while.
Around that mark.
You're going to put question marks on his role?
Absolutely. One flipping 10,000-lutely. Because how this... And mind you, he didn't take on a list that was rubbish.
No, he took on an A-grade list.
He took on a pretty decent list.
He took a Ferrari.
And they've basically developed great players since that. Finn Callahan, Harvey Thomas, JC Hogan has come into that team. JC Hogan was a Coleman medalist in 23.
Yeah.
So he didn't take over a rubbish team. Toby Green, Stephen Canelio,
Tom Green,
count them. Tom Green, Clayton Oliver got brought in, and I'm always like, how do you bring in that much star power? They have Harry Himmelberg, Sam Taylor in defense. Lockie Ash has developed into
Cooper Brown's player. A good footballer.
Callum Brown and Connor Iden have been. So I'm almost going through what their probably best 23 would look like, and they're all star players, all guns. How are you still struggling this much? And look, we said injuries at the beginning of the year. We're 20 weeks into this season. Your injuries, brother,
doesn't cut it.
Every team has injuries. You need to be able to adapt
100%.
and change, simply put. And GWS now for too long have showed us not only that they're an inconsistent team, but they're also a team that cannot improvise. And simply put,
can't trust them.
They beat Geelong 3 weeks ago, then they lost to Essendon, and now they've lost. So, brother, I'm so sorry. Get your shit together, GWS.
Season over.
Like Gold Coast, I said it, get ready to start preseason.
One more question on the Giants. Do they need to do a little bit of a mini rebuild? You move out players like Hogan and Stringer, you bring in some kids. Because they've got a core group of young players. The Callahans.
Tom Green even.
Tom Green.
Old.
They've got a good core.
Yeah.
So do they do a mini rebuild, get rid of some old... Stephen Canelio
is 32.
He hasn't been offered a year yet.
Yeah,
Kelly's been injured.
Older, yep.
So you clear out some of those older heads. You try and gather some draft picks. Go to the pointy end of the draft before Tassie comes in.
Well, they have this year to do that.
Yeah,
next year.
So they try and get an extra couple of first rounders.
Yep.
You get rid of Toby. You move on Toby Green.
Whitfield is older.
Like trading someone like Lockie Whitfield. See if you can get a late first rounder for him to a contender.
I don't think, personally, I don't think Lockie Whitfield is worth a first round pick.
Or even a second. Or a
second
third,
round
whatever.
pick you could probably get for him.
I could pick 30.
Especially if his body holds up and he continue playing. I 100% agree. He could probably get a second round pick for him. But maybe. I don't know what the answer to solving GWS's issues are. Because in my head, a team with that much star power on paper should be able to... It's like Gold Coast.
Yeah.
And we had a conversation about these two teams a couple of weeks ago.
We talk about them a lot.
Because they're two teams that, again, and I'll say this, if teams like Geelong, Hawthorn, Collingwood, Melbourne, all these kind of teams had these big stars in their teams, these teams would be flourishing beyond, like they would be as dominant as Fremantle is.
Or they would be under the pump by the media.
Or they'd be getting hammered on a weekly basis. Which is what happens to teams like Carlton, Collingwood earlier this year.
Hammered.
Essendon on a weekly basis.
They get hammered.
1 or 2 weeks, Geelong and Hawthorn drop off. Everybody is coming for their necks. I don't know what it is with these two teams, both Gold Coast and GWS, but I was genuinely disappointed in seeing the output GWS put on the weekend. Mind you, we both tipped them last week.
Yeah, we did.
And I was so happy when I tipped Sydney because I'm just like, I watched the first half and the first half was like,
they were up by
it was ridiculous.
There could have been a 20 goals.
It was ridiculous.
I think it was
halftime. The scoreline was 28-81.
Yeah,
brother, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? So I don't know what's happening with GWS, but get ready for preseason. Don't worry about the next month. Your top flop team.
My flop team is North Melbourne.
Okay,
but I want to talk about that game, the St Kilda North game.
The Messiah,
Naz.
Talk to me about Naz.
46 disposals, over a kilometre in meters gained, over 1,000 meters gained.
Ridiculous.
And wait for this, 4 goals.
Brother,
and my favourite part about this, and this is why I love Naz this week.
Yep.
The game was on the line in the third quarter.
Yep.
At halftime, 3/4 time, it was an arm wrestle.
Yep.
St Kilda try and get ahead. North are fighting back.
Yep.
Enter Messiah, the Messiah. In that third quarter, he tore the game to shreds.
Yep.
Kicked 3 crucial goals, and that was the game.
Yep. And we talked about Messiah last week, and we said brother needed to pull his weight in when they played against Geelong, and he was shut down. You know what?
He did it.
He said, Sahib, this one's for you, buddy. You said I have a personal problem with you last week. He said, I have a personal solution for you this week. And he delivered. The funny and the most interesting fact about this is...
Tell me.
It's a couple of days off a year from his game against Melbourne last year.
Yes, you're right. 1 day off.
Goals.
Spot on.
1 day off. There you go. So...
The same venue.
Listen... If this guy doesn't get tagged, that's the only thing he probably needs to fix.
They put
or work on.
Finn O'Sullivan on him, and he absolutely dominated Finn O'Sullivan.
Finn O'Sullivan, you cute buddy, but I'm so sorry to say. As they put him on Nick Dacos a couple of weeks ago, and Nick Dacos ran rings around him. So
he's got a long way to go.
But yeah, Naz was a star.
Dominated. Shout out Naz.
Yep.
NWM.
Yep.
He's an absolute superstar. Should be a brand name by that. NWM.
NWM, yeah.
All for it.
Yeah, sounds like a great
car name. Yeah, BMW, NWM. I want the NWM.
W&M sound like great.
Yeah. I want that vehicle.
Yep.
Some unfortunate news out of that game as well. Yep. Ben King.
Max.
They're twins. The same shit. Yeah. Ben King, Max King. But yes, Max King.
Yep.
Hamstring tightness. And ruled out of the game.
Honestly, I'm starting
Ross Lyon went boxing with the journos at the end of the game.
Brother, I don't think this guy has a fiber in his body. You know who he reminds me of? Genuinely? Jose Mourinho. This guy's ready to headbutt every journalist he comes across that says something that he slightly doesn't agree with. Ross Lyon is ready to grab jumpers and swing heads at people the moment he hears a word that's out of line to him. Ross Lyon, what's going on, buddy? I know you're old. I know you're grumpy. I know you have a lot of shit.
No. The journalists messed. They asked him the same question on Max King in different words, like 6 times. You watch that clip. I was mad for him.
Yeah, if I'll be honest with you.
He was trying not to be mad.
After he got mad, if I was one of the journalists in the room, I'd ask him the same question again in a different way, just to watch his head explode at that point. He's hilarious. Nah, genuinely, the two coaches and across any sport that I've seen that have genuinely cracked me up when it comes to media conferences, Jose Mourinho and Ross Lyon. The two most unserious, hot-headed coaches I have seen sit in front of a microphone and a group of journalists. Just unnecessarily angry for no reason.
No, he was mad. He was not happy.
And his team won too.
They won,
It's not like his team lost.
No one cares now St Kilda won. They care Ross Lyon was grumpy.
Was grumpy.
That presser was definitely interesting to say the least.
So your flop team of the week was Ross Lyon's behavior.
I think that was my flop team.
Ross Lyon's behavior.
The journos.
Fair enough.
North, they couldn't go with St Kilda. I think that's their season almost done.
Yeah.
They've got a tough run home. The only thing I'll say is in 2 weeks' time, I think round 22, Carlton playing St Kilda on a Sunday night, 7:20 at Marvel Stadium.
Yeah, a bit of a late game, that one.
Late game on a Sunday night. Never seen that before.
Yep.
Now, that game will decide the top 10 because I think it is down to Carlton and St Kilda.
Yeah.
Unless, who knows, the Giants or someone sneaks through. But theoretically, realistically, I think it'll come down to that game. Who's your tip for that game? 2 weeks out from now? Who you
St Kilda versus Carlton. I'm so sorry to say, but St Kilda.
Yeah, and look, the Saints, they play well.
They have a bit of
an
edge over
100%.
Carlton. And look, if we're going anything from 2 years ago when they scored very late in that game, you know what I'm talking about?
Jack Higgins.
Yep, that's it. I think low-key, St Kilda will get the job done against Carlton. And that does it for our top team, flop team.
He does. I just want to say I'm starting to build a catalogue
of
teams that have caused me PTSD.
Bro, Carlton, there's a lot of them. I gotta be honest. There's a lot of them.
Because you mentioned Jack Higgins. I was like, all right, Jamie Elliott.
I'm not going to lie to you. I was thinking, should I bring that up? Should I not bring that up? But
I've got a catalogue of teams that have given me PTSD.
Yeah, so fair enough.
Jack Higgins is on there.
There is one team I want to talk about.
Tell me.
And it's the Freo Dockers. Now, they have been the most dominant team this year.
They have been.
We're honestly been looking at this team going, who on earth is going to be able to stop? I don't want to say what I'm thinking, but basically a group of people that no one can do anything to, right? I have a question for you.
Tell me.
Are the Freo Dockers now unbeatable no matter where they play?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I'm going to say yes because
Elaborate.
the dimensions at Optus is similar to the G.
Yep.
Optus is a similar ground to the G.
Yep.
They play really, really well at Optus.
Yep.
They're a team that's got multiple game plans. They can go quick.
Yep.
And they can hurt you.
Yep.
They can go slow and methodical. And that's drain you. And that's been their OG game plan, if you want to call it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's sort of been this go quick thing has sort of been in the last 12 months.
Yeah.
So they got different ways of hurting you. We've seen it against teams like Sydney.
Yep, yep.
At Optus. But they've got multiple modes. They don't have much of a weakness.
They don't. Besides the fact that they treat the first half of every game like it's a warm-up.
But you know what? That might hurt them in finals.
And that was my follow-up question to this is, do they have the experience and the ability to go all the way now? Can we put 1,000%? Can someone put their house on the fact that we'll see Freo in the grand final this year?
I think you can make that argument. And I say that's because
why?
You need to lose a final to win a final. I have that. I hold that philosophy. So broadly speaking, that's my philosophy when it comes to finals. You need to learn to lose a final to go, or even if you don't lose a final, you need to have played in sufficient big games.
Yep.
Because finals are a different beast.
The finals are definitely different.
So Frio's experience last year. Yeah, there you go.
I'm just throwing strays everywhere today.
You're on fire.
Yep.
So I think on that front, the fact that they lost the Gold Coast the way they did in a final last year, they'll be better for it.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
What you said about they need to lose a final to win a final. Yeah. They lost the final last year.
They did.
The elimination final to Gold Coast. But in saying that, here's my thing with Freo is I think they're probably unbeatable. I agree with that. And I think they probably could go all the way.
Yep.
My concern now is, and this happened in 2013, which was the last time they made a grand final.
Yes.
They made it all the way to the grand final. Grand final day, they buckled.
They did.
Their inaccuracy killed them. Their almost lack of pressure and effort on the day killed them. I'm afraid that they will make it to the grand final, but they might buckle on the day.
So they'll lose to a
Hawthorn or Brisbane.
Yeah.
Maybe Sydney even.
Yeah, okay.
And if Sydney make it to a grand final again, that's 3 grand finals in 6 years. They would not want to be losing that grand final again. And Freo, it'll be their first one in 13 or 14 years now. So I have something tells me they'll play 2 home finals.
Okay.
Let's lock that in.
So then you see them on grand final day.
So you're going to see them on grand final, and I don't think there's anybody that can beat Freo at Optus, especially now.
No way.
Unless they play a team like, I don't know, Hawthorn or Brisbane, who absolutely plow them in the first half because of the way they play in the first half of the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling and a strong fear that if they make it to the grand final, they will get they'll almost flop.
Does that change if they play someone like an Adelaide on grand final day?
Yeah.
Or a Melbourne even.
I'm not gonna lie, Adelaide's a horrible example.
Or Melbourne. Like someone not like Hawthorn or Brisbane.
Well, we're gonna see Melbourne and Freo play each other in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
At the MCG, so that'll give us a good idea on what things are gonna look like. But if they play a seasoned premiership team like Brisbane, if they play a seasoned grand finalist side like Sydney,
yes.
If they play, Hawthorn probably hasn't had as much experience when it comes to grand finals. This list hasn't. But even if they play a team like who's played a couple of finals series now, like Hawthorn, I think they might have.
Okay.
They might have.
I like that. I
think, personally, I just think it's great what they're doing. And I genuinely think they'll go all the way. And if you ask me who your premiership favourite right now is, I'll say Freo.
Yeah.
But I also have something in my guts telling me if they get that far, they might also flop on the day.
This is a good take. It's a genuinely good take. I can see it.
Because what are they now? They're 3 games clear on top of the ladder.
Yeah, they're cruising. They're
going
to be.
They have 4 games left. They need to lose. They can lose 3 of those games and still finish at the top of the ladder. But yeah, I guess we can wrap it up here for today.
We're ending it. Talk footy for ages.
But
I know. Well, you can too. So
that's the problem. We need to always keep ourselves capped at a certain amount of time, bro. Like, we'll be here all night or else.
Yes.
But yeah. A lot of interesting shit has come out of this weekend.
Massive.
A lot of footy. Low key, a lot of results went the way we expected them to, which is not a lot of fun.
It's still a good weekend.
It's a good weekend.
Still a good weekend, yes.
A lot of fun. There is a player I do want to give a shout out to real quick.
Go for it.
Shannon Neal. We had a go at him a couple of weeks ago.
I was thinking about that on the drive in, actually, yes.
We had a go at him, but it looks like Jeremy Cameron getting injured has been a blessing in disguise for him. He's taken over that Geelong forward line. And speaking of Geelong, they've won a couple of games now, so maybe they're back into the contention of being a team that's going to compete. I'm not saying that with any bit of energy. But I think it's been a good weekend of footy. We've given our takes on some interesting things.
We have.
Freo, please don't disappoint us.
Yeah. And over the next couple of weeks, we've got some different types of content.
Yes.
We're going to be hanging around Carlton Brisbane this week. Saturday night. And then the following week, St Kilda Carlton, Sunday night. Yeah. Fan cams after the game. Find us outside Marvel Stadium those weeks.
We will put on the story what gate we're going to be outside. They're both at Marvel?
Yes, we'll be at Marvel. So you'll be floating around the Collingwood Geelong game.
Yep.
So if you see him, say hello.
Come say what's up. Yep.
Have a chat. So we'll try and go to a few games. Yeah, that's going to be massive. So we'll be present. We'll be around.
Yep.
Come say hi to us before, after the game.
That's it.
And we'll wrap it up. Shout out Isaac Quaynor.
That's our boy. But yeah, with that, guys, we'll see you guys next week. Take care. Ciao.